Hey, I'm Jamie. Thanks for watching. You have reached She's Every Day. We are talking about relationships, difficult relationships, relationships in crisis today. Is this guy putting his relationship with you, your relationship, on the line? And why, and what are you doing about it? And I'm going to tell you how to handle it in a very classy way that has amazing results. There are many ways that a person in a relationship can put the relationship in jeopardy, put it on the line, so to speak. So let's say there's a line of things that you will tolerate and things that you won't tolerate. And he has just gotten very, very close to that edge. If you say, do not cheat on me. He's not cheating, but he's flirting a lot. He's looking up and down when he sees other women. He's maybe liking their post on social media that he shouldn't be liking. Maybe he's liking a picture of them on the beach in their bikini and you're thinking, okay, that's a little much. He's just getting so close to the line. And when you call him out on it, he says, it's not like I'm cheating. You're blowing it out of proportion. So he starts gaslighting you. And you know, you're getting so close to the line, buddy. Maybe it's not about cheating. Maybe it's about disrespecting you, leaving you alone a lot, making plans with you and then canceling, ghosting you. Maybe it's about disrespecting you, putting you down in front of your friends, or not showing you the time and attention that you need, not being intentional about being in this relationship. Maybe you're wanting a commitment, you're wanting exclusivity, and he's just kind of waffling whether he wants that or not. Again, he's pushing the limits so close to where you don't know if we should stay together or if we should break up. But you can tell, whatever the reason is, this guy is pushing it. He's getting very close to your breaking point. If that is the case with you, the first thing I want you to do is analyze, is this a big deal? Really stop and think, is this something that I should be willing to end this relationship over? Or am I just being overly dramatic? Am I too emotional? Do I compromise on other areas? So if you're the kind of woman that you compromise a lot, you're chill, you're easygoing, you don't get easily angered, you have a high emotional IQ, you're low drama, you bring peace into the relationship. If you know that's you, but there is something this guy is doing that's really pushing the boundaries, then you definitely, by all means, have a right to say something. Now, if you know that you're somebody that you're just out of control, I would suggest you get my e-course, read about it, and see if you're handling yourself well, or if you are creating more drama in this relationship than you need to, if you are expecting too much from this guy. You can also contact me for coaching. You can get a hold of a friend that you really respect, that you know has it all together, a high value woman, and say, hey, help me. Am I out of line with what I'm requesting? So step number one, make sure that this issue is an issue that any other rational, high value, classy woman would be upset about. If it is, and you've done a lot of self-analyzing and you think, you know what? No, this is a big deal. He is really almost crossing a line that's going to jeopardize our relationship, then this is what I'm going to tell you to do. You are going to have to give this man an ultimatum. I know we don't like the word ultimatum, and men hate the word ultimatum. In fact, a lot of times they will say, well, you gave me an ultimatum. You gave me an ultimatum. You were like some horrible person. Really, you just said, hey, here's a boundary and here's a standard that I hold dear, and you are crossing that line, and I do not feel respected. And you need to stop crossing that line, because if you continue to do what you're doing, I will have no choice but to leave. That's really all you're saying. But for some reason, men freak out when you give them some kind of an ultimatum. Do not be intimidated by that. Just know that you are on the right. Now, hopefully you've thought about this situation. You've prayed about this situation. Hopefully you've talked to him about the situation before. You've said, hey, I don't like it when you do X, Y, and Z. It's so disrespectful. And it makes me feel this way. It makes me feel unloved or unvalued. It makes me feel foolish. It makes me feel embarrassed. Whatever it is, just say it and say, here's how I'm feeling about that. I'm going to ask you to stop. Or what do you think you can do? Do you think that you could not do that? And have that conversation first. Now, once you have that conversation, if he is still doing the thing that's driving you crazy and he's gaslighting you, he's being passive aggressive with it, he's using the silent treatment, he's blaming you, he's telling you all sorts of things, that's when you know you need to give the ultimatum. Don't be scared that you're going to lose this guy. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I know it's easy to be scared. And might you lose him for good? Yes. But listen, ladies, the wound will not be fatal. You will recover and you will be stronger because of it, and you will find the love of your life. Do not stay in a relationship where you are treated poorly, where you are disrespected, just because you love him so much and you're afraid you're never going to find somebody else again. You have to love yourself more. And a woman who loves herself, who values herself, who's fair and reasonable and classy and high value, she has nothing to fear when she puts out an ultimatum, because I guarantee you that woman will be able to stand on her own. And that's the woman that this ex is going to come back to. He will not hold to his stubbornness for very long. So how do you say it? How do you put forth this ultimatum? Well, again, you've probably had the conversation before, or you should. And if you haven't, then have the conversation. Say, here's how it makes me feel. What can we do about it? Okay. Then you're going to say, hey, this situation is continuing to occur. I know we've talked about it, and I do not want to be the girlfriend that talks about it over and over again. Listen, ladies, men hate the talk, so don't do it. Men hate to feel like you are nagging them and bringing up the same thing over and over and over again. So don't do it. And you can tell him, I don't want to nag you, and I don't want to go around and around over the same issue, and I don't want to keep having the talk. So here's the deal. I need you to stop doing this, or you give me no choice but to walk away. You will lose me if you continue what you're doing. You pushed it so close to the line that now I have no choice. You're not giving me a lot of options here. And you say it very calm. You say it very direct. You tell him exactly what he's doing. If you continue talking to this girl, if you continue reaching out to your ex, if you continue to put me down in front of our friends, whatever the deal is, if you don't put me at least first sometimes and make our relationship a priority sometimes in this relationship, which means maybe a date night once a week. It means that we touch base every morning, we maybe text once in the afternoon, and then we have a phone conversation at night. Make it specific so this guy knows exactly what he needs to do. And then say, if you don't do those things, you will lose me. Do not say, if you don't do this and this and this, I'm going to walk away and you're going to regret it. Don't get your finger pointing. Don't get your snapping fingers. Don't act like you're all that. You need to approach it with humbleness, but yet confidence. And that is doable. Trust me. I have an e-course on my website that tells you how to be a high value woman. It tells you how to handle difficult conversations. It tells you exactly what to say and why you say it that way, that you come across so amazing that he will rehearse that conversation in his mind over and over and over again. He will begin to obsess over you because he's like, wow, she was so great. And she stood up for herself and she has standards, and I let her down and I am too stubborn to admit it. He will eventually come back around, but that's the place he needs to be in. And I want to help you get there. So how you state this ultimatum is critical. Get one of my e-courses, the website she'severyday.com. I will link it in the description below, and it will definitely help you. You can also get coaching with me. I give you 1 hour of free coaching just to see if I can help you with your relationship, and we go from there. So far, the success rate of women getting their ex back or getting to a better place, 100%. 100% of the time, the ex always comes back around. Now, then it's up to you whether you want them or not. So moving on, when you state this ultimatum, basically tell him, look, I have been willing to compromise with you on this and this and this issue. Don't bring up everything that's happened in the past. Nobody wants to hear that. But just say, let him know that, you've been willing to compromise, and hopefully he can admit that. But this one particular issue is really a big deal. And it's an issue that you're willing to die on. And you do not appreciate him gaslighting you. And you're not going to take the blame for it. You're not out of control. You're not crazy. You're not blowing things out of proportion. You're not being dramatic. This is a serious issue and it needs to be fixed. And if it's not fixed, you will have to leave the relationship for your own sanctity, for your own pride, just to be able to live a life where you are not in constant turmoil over what this man is doing to you, that your peace is worth more. And you say it very calm. You're not angry. You're not sad. You're not crying. You're not blowing up his phone. You're just resigned to saying, I'm going to let you treat me however you want. I'm going to let you act however you want. I will let you do all of this stuff. But then I will let myself make a decision. Because you can't force somebody to treat you better, and you can't force them to take you seriously. You can't force them to invest in you more. So you just basically have to let them do whatever they're going to do, and then just watch and see what they do. And then you can make your decision from there, and typically it's giving an ultimatum. After you have had that conversation, and it might go round and round, you're not the one that wants to stay on this toxic merry-go-round in this conversation, but I guarantee you he will, because he doesn't want to lose you, but he doesn't want to give in either. So he's going to pull out all the stops. He's going to pull out all the excuses, all the tricks in the book, the anger, the fear, the crying, the blaming. He will pull out everything when you stay calm and just say, no, I need to see this situation fixed or I am leaving. And one more time. You have one more chance. That's it. Now, he's going to think, okay, well, she won't leave. She won't leave. And he might be good for a while. And then let's say he starts doing his nonsense again. That's where you have to leave, ladies. No more talking. Nothing. You don't need to say a word. Just pack up your stuff and go. Just don't answer his text anymore. If he calls and you feel like you need to answer, you can say, hey, here's what happened. You did it again. I think we're just best to call this off. Best of luck. It was great knowing you. Bye. Again, don't cry, don't get angry, just walk away and be very, very professional about it. He's going to know, wow, she really stuck to her guns and she really has standards, and men respect that. They do not respect a woman they can walk on, even though they're trying to get you to back off. They would not respect you if you did. Walk away with your dignity intact. Walk away with a quiet confidence. Walk away with knowing that you have stood up for yourself, and it's going to hurt, and you're going to cry at home in your pillow or with your best friends, but you will heal and you will find somebody better and you will be stronger in the end. Once you've made that decision, you go into no contact, you get one of my e-courses, you start transforming yourself into a high value person, you improve yourself, even if you're already a high value, amazing, wonderful woman with just tons of assets and traits. You can always be better. So do that. Get one of my e-courses because it tells you exactly how to do that. And I guarantee you, your ex is going to start noticing. He is going to be beating himself up for not working with you, for not compromising. He's going to beat himself up for taking you for granted, for looking at other women, whatever he did. He is going to obsess over that. Trust me, ladies, I have been coaching women for quite a while now. And if you will handle it this way, he always comes back around, and then you get to decide, do you want him in your life or do you not? Most of the time you've met somebody amazing by then and you don't want him back, and he will regret this decision for the rest of his life. You will always be the one that got away. Ladies, hit the like, hit the follow, hit the subscribe. I really want to see you win. Visit my website. I have 2 e-courses. She's the One and She Heals. God bless you. I will see you in the next video.